Masquerade saying Zimbabwe, welcome to our channel Zoom Confessions and Deep Secrets. Kana karike kutanga kukwapa neno channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Kana uchukua karoka subscribe, don't forget to comment and share this video. Nasi Zimbabwe, takuigirai nyayabulitswa na Sevia Kasukuwere yabuda astora iye achiti the government yakaba mari zurunzi there is 2 billion yakalutwa from command agriculture muri Zimbabwe. Nyaya yabuditswa ni the former CIO, the former military intelligence officer Vaneva Masquerade say abudachara ivo vachiti as endemic corruption continues to wreak havoc in the economically afflicted Zimbabwe. Former cabinet minister Honorable Kasukuwere has said there are impeccable sources that confirmed the latest theft of 2 billion through command agriculture in the finance ministry. So as the table, Bernard, permanent secretary in the Ministry of Finance, G. Guamatanga, is well known for his lavish spending on women, despite a monthly salary that does not justify such opulence. At one point, Guamatanga flew in a musician from South Africa to come and perform at his birthday. Kasukuwere has challenged Finance Minister Mthuli to publicly account over the disappearance of such quantum of money at a time when Zimbabwe is experiencing a devastating drought and extreme poverty. Under Mnangagwa's regime, theft of public funds is not a crime. Those rooms abuditswa na Sevia Kasukuwere muri Zimbabwe tingaziye kuti munoiona sei nyaya iyi. Wakabuda Kasukuwere on his ex-endo wakabuda charged the fellow country. Remember the 1.9 billion USD transferred to Mutapa Investment Fund as a loan from the Minister of Finance. Just remember it. And Ramberi Vachiti, there is a huge disaster in the Ministry of Finance with impeccable sources confirming that a top official is in the ministry. A top official in the ministry has stolen 2 billion USD through the vehicle of Command Agriculture. The Minister of Finance should come clean and take the nation into confidence instead of private disclosures. Ndozvakabuda zvitauro naSevia Kasukuwere muri Zimbabwe. Tisingazive kuti ndiani the top official ari kutaurwa. Is it Mthuli Ncube ari kunzi akaba 2 billion zvonzi 2 billion iri kunzi yakangodisappear muri Zimbabwe. Tisingazive kuti munoona sei nyaya itudziwe zvamuri kufunga pamusoro penyaya iyi mucomment section.
That's how she comes up, Maletera, because she's leading these young women who are for ED. Where is the head of the Women's League? The Women's League is led by Mabel Shomona. What prominence do they have? What place do they have to push for the political processes within the country, but as well as to mobilize, which is their duty, to mobilize young people to come into the party? So the institution of the party should therefore never be personalized to say for and for. It must remain an institution that is for the party. You see, and I think this is something that comrades, and I just want to reiterate that what I see obviously is rent-seeking behavior. This politics of our country has become a money-making exercise. There is no ideology behind it. There is no national thinking behind it. It's about I put on a scarf, I look good, but it's a key for me to make money. People even buy scarves to avoid paying toll gates. People put on scarves to allow them entry into various, because it's now a sign of those who are in alignment. If you don't have a scarf, you are considered somebody who's outside the supporting the existing process. And this has also become economic. Those who now have access to economic opportunities, who have to make money in the country, must be seen to be in alignment with a certain faction. It can be. I think this is the disaster Zimbabwe is facing, where we are now being reduced to talk about politics every day. Yet there are huge challenges, huge issues the country must be dealing with. But it comes back to the leadership that is being provided. The leadership that is there is basically about power and its consolidation. It's not about ensuring the people of Zimbabwe have a better day. I agree entirely with the emotive discussion, as has been said by Domi, in Blawayo, the Kukraund issue. This is a national story. It can't be for one person to say, it is my baby. Perhaps he's haunted by it. That's why he says it's his. And I'm following from what Chief Charumbira said the other day, where he said, Charumbira says, he said, he is the only one. Not the Politburo member, not the VPs have an interest in this, but it's mine. No, this is a national issue. This is an issue that must be bring everybody on board and say, how do we close, or how do we repay, how do we compensate? Sorry, Dr. Amandaza?
Yeah, wind up.
Yes.
Some questions for you.
All right. How do we get this matter behind us? These are some of the issues that I thought I must flag. Like I said, I was very reluctant, but anyway, I'm happy that you've given me an opportunity. I'll just leave it here.
I think one of the main points you made was that the adherence to the Constitution, whether it's national or party, is largely expedient. But you have not raised at all the issue of the coup. Where do we stand constitutionally after the coup of 2016?
Well, I said, Dr. Mandas, I think I did raise it to say there was the flag, the national constitution. Tuenga held the national constitution and said, this is the national constitution which we are upholding. Was it being used to restore the validity of the constitution, or it was an expedient process? The coup itself shows you how frail the country has gone. We can't talk of a constitution until and unless we look at the coup itself. And within ZANU-PF, we're all victims. You have said you've been fired. How do you get fired when you're being shot at and you are running and somebody says, no, we had a disciplinary hearing about you and we fired you from the party, when you were actually under attack and running? So I was saying that the constitution of the party, the constitution of the country, is not on the table for the purposes of national or political organizational strength, but it is one which is being used by individuals to achieve an objective. Each time they want to turn left, they look at what do they have in the armory that can achieve the objective. And they say, no, let's flood the constitution. So the 2017 coup basically made our country is still an illegitimate process. Whether one likes it or not, that coup on its own destroyed our standing.
How do we get back to constitution?
Well,
how do we get back to in our country?
This is a big task we have now. And I think the work has begun. I'm happy about this debate. I'm happy about the events within ZANU-PF because this shows you that I said earlier on that the chickens are now coming home to roost. It is now about time we really put our feet together and ourselves together and say, guys, let's restore the legitimacy of our constitution in the country. Let's respect our constitution. Those who yesterday abused the constitution are going to be victims of this very same illegality. And how do we do it? Dr. Mandaza, the elections are coming, but I know obviously with the current way Mnangagwa wants to run it and how some of us were barred from participating in the elections, the constitution still will not protect us because the way it is interpreted, it is to favor the one who is in the office. And that is a big task that Zimbabweans have, all of us together, to restore the sanity and the sanctity of our national constitution.